Well, it seems to me that he's providing a service that's just not available anywhere else.
It really is a niche ministry. He fulfills a need in the community that I haven't seen anybody else address.
Well, I've been so impressed with Spring Creek. I mean, I just think it's an answer to a lot of prayers.
Back in mid-2009, after working as a youth minister for 11 years, I moved into outreach and involvement. I started making visits to folks in their homes, people who were homebound or had long-term illnesses, and even some who were terminally ill. One of the things that I ran into over and over as I got to know these people better was that they felt like they had been forgotten. As I visited with these folks and got into their houses more and more, it was amazing to me how they would finally open up and say, I just feel like I've been abandoned. And also, as I would visit with them, they would say, not only do I feel that way, but they'd name someone else. So I'd go to that person's house, and it just seemed like this was something that was a big problem in the church today.
When my dad got so sick with cancer and was absolutely refusing to see a doctor, Lonnie was of great help. It all went extremely well. And then after my dad passed, Lonnie was just a blessing, and the things that Spring Creek Ministry does was just absolutely fantastic.
When we first started the ministry, we felt like that our focus would be more towards folks who were shut-ins and keeping them connected with their churches. But it seems like God has moved our focus more toward folks who are terminally ill, who have long-term illnesses. And not just older folks, but folks of all ages.
This last week, he had that little boy that was 7 years old, and it was really a tough case. He had brain tumors, and they thought they got them all, and then they didn't, and it came back, and it was a long, lingering, bad situation.
I guess one of the hardest, but one of the neatest thing that has happened in our ministry is we've started working some with children, with terminally ill children. And I had no idea that the ministry would go that direction. I don't know if it will continue to go that direction, but it has been a blessing to be able to work with these parents and with these kiddos.
And to watch him minister to so many families in such a special way is just, we're in awe of it.
In September of 2011, I started feeling like this was something that I wanted to make a full-time ministry. And through wise counsel, talking to some other folks, I decided that what I would do is I would turn in my resignation at the church, and I would start trying to raise funds to start a ministry at large or a local mission, whatever you may want to call it.
He looks after the folks that are at home, that can't get to church, and for so many people this is such a loss to them, not to be able to get to their church and to be able to participate and have the fellowship that they've had for years and years and years.
You know, some people think of mission work as going overseas, going to some country. So if everyone's focused overseas in foreign countries, who's taking care of the folks back here at home? We have decided that getting into people's homes that can't come to church is a way to reach out to them, to make them still feel a part.
Lonnie and I have been able to work with some folks in our community and work with them at the end of their life.
The way he's able to work with the families and help guide them through some of the most difficult times of their life is such a blessing. There's not words to say.
Again, with my dad, Lonnie was just there anytime I needed anything. When we were in the hospice house, he was there for support for me and Dolores and everybody. He just helped us tremendously.
And kind of going in and counseling and working with them and their families to decide when the focus needs to move more toward comfort care and giving quality of life instead of quantity of life.
I think a lot of people are, fearful of it. They've seen it on TV, and so Lonnie brings to them information, how end of life can be not a bad thing, how it can be a wonderful thing if you have people there to help you along at the end of your life.
I would say that I think this would be a good ministry for anybody to consider supporting. You've got a little extra money, you want to put it into something worthwhile, and I think this ministry is worthwhile.
Spring Creek Ministries is an independent ministry that runs in conjunction with 6th and Jackson Church of Christ through their nonprofit status. We are 100% donation driven. If you're interested in being a part of our ministries, you can look us up at springcreekministries.org.